Hey, it's Johara. Welcome back to my channel, Timothy Witchy Reader. So I'm finally going to be doing my Q&A, which is what I've been planning to do since I reached 250 subscribers. I'm now at 260, but it was really hard for me to get questions. So, yeah. But I finally got a good amount of questions. I think I have about 20-ish questions. So I figured that's good enough. And yeah. So I'm very excited about hitting 250 subscribers. Um, and I'll do another Q&A once I hit 300. So subscribe. But the questions are gonna be like reading or writing related, pretty much. So yeah, I'll just get right into it and let's see what questions there are because I have no idea what they are. Let's see. So, what's your favorite book out of all the books you've read? So anyone who has been on my channel knows what my top books would be. Um, and everyone knows that I'd say my two favorites, which are so neck and neck, I don't even think I like one more than the other. I think they're pretty much even, are Harry Potter and Seekers. Anyone who knows me knows my obsession with both of those series. Okay, like Harry Potter Seekers is where it's at for me. Those are my favorites, and I love them with all my heart. And and a while ago, I think it was this year, I was thinking about them because that's what I do on a day-to-day basis, just think about my favorite series. But I was like, these series far away seem so different. How come I love them both so much on the same level? And I realized it's because they actually aren't that different in some aspects. I mean, the main characters all start out really little, young, and then you get to watch them grow up. And also, the main theme in both of them is friendship. Even after romance is introduced, once they're old enough to start falling in love and to be in romantic relationships, that's still a side storyline. The main storylines are the ones that have to do with friendships. Harry Potter is Ron, Harry, and Hermione's friendship. That's the most important thing. And then in Seekers is Khalik, Udrak, Tuklo, and Lucy's friendship, and it's very important. And and so I realized they're not actually that different when it comes to the main themes. But yeah, so interesting little tidbit for if you like Harry Potter, then check out Seekers because that series is so underrated, and I will try to promote it and get people to know about it anytime I can because I don't have anybody to talk about it with it, and it's very upsetting. So I need some people who like Seekers so I can talk about Seekers with them. So check out Seekers. Okay, next is if you have the ability to let me try that again. If you have the ability to cast a spell, as in you could cast that spell a limitless amount of times, but you could never cast a different spell, what spell would you choose? Hmm, that's interesting. I have no idea. Like, my mind's obviously going to Harry Potter, but there's just so many. Like, how do you choose? I have no idea. Like seriously, I don't know if I can answer this. Like there's just so many spells, and not just in the Harry Potter universe, but in Charmed and uh, I watch. Okay, my main thing is fantasy. Okay, I'm either reading fantasy or watching fantasy. I love it. Um, and my favorite thing is witches. For those of you that did not know, if you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know that my favorite thing is witches. So I watch a lot of things or read a lot of things, but there are spells. How am I supposed to choose just one from one fandom? That's like the hardest thing ever. um, yeah, I don't know. There's just too many. But good question. What is your favorite trope, and what's your least favorite trope? Huh. My favorite, my least favorite is easy. It's very, very easy. It's a love triangle. I despise the love triangle. Like seriously. it turns me off. I mean, there is like I think there's one show that I watched that does have a love triangle, but I just look past it because I don't really care about any of the characters in the love triangle, or I care about one of them, but I don't care about the other two. So, and that's the Vampire Diaries. I don't like Lena or Damon. That's gonna be very unpopular opinion for those that love Damon, because everybody loves Damon, but I despise him. um, but I watch for Caroline, honestly. And I actually prefer the later seasons, which is another unpopular opinion. Maybe it's because I don't care for Elena and I despise Damon. So, and Caroline is my favorite character, and she becomes like the main character in the last few seasons. So I don't know, but yeah, I hate the love triangle. It's just I despise it. Like I hate it. And then my favorite trope would probably be Chosen One. I think that's an unpopular opinion because I feel like people complain about Chosen One trope, but I do like it, and I especially like it when there's a twist twist. I know. So I have now 3 published series. One of them is ongoing. I only have the first book in the series, but the first 2 series that are completed for the most part. One of them I still have a sequel series that I'm going to work on, but the main series is published. But so my Jasmine Press series, which is a trilogy plus a prequel, all published, and then the Christmas Lights, which is a duology, both have the Chosen One trope, but they both have a twist to the trope. I'm not gonna say what the twists are. You'll have to read to find out, cause spoilers. But they are twists, and it brings a different edge to the Chosen One trope. But I still like the Chosen One trope even without a twist like that. I mean, everyone knows my love for Harry Potter, and then and if you've been on my channel for a little while now, you might know my new love for Percy Jackson I've been reading. So yeah, I love the Chosen One trope, and yeah, so and the first 2 series I published were Chosen One trope. So I mean, I guess it's obvious. um, would you ever write a book like Secrets where the main characters are animals? Why or why not? That question's by Robin from the book Wormhole. You should all follow. She is amazing. Um, let's see. Would I? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I'm not too big into animals. I have nothing against animals, but the only animals I really care about are bears. And that's not the only reason why Secrets is one of my favorite series. There are many reasons, but bears being on the cover is the main reason why I picked it up for the first time. It's also the only series I really was biased when I picked up because of the cover. Like, I don't pay attention to covers on books. I am on the minority side of that, but I don't. I mean, if the main characters were bears, sure. I mean, I might do that someday because bears are awesome. Um, but I don't see myself ever doing that, even with bears. But who knows? We'll see. I actually do have a story. I'm wrong. I do have a story about bears. Um, it's on Wattpad. I don't ever actually plan on getting it published. Published. It's just a fun little thing that's supposed to be like a um uh it's supposed to be a combination of seekers and warriors because they're bears like seekers, but they're in clans like warriors. So I actually got the idea from my friend who also is a fan of Aaron Hunter like me, and she had started a story about wolves because she's really big into wolves, and it's supposed to be kind of like warriors with the clans. And since I love bears, I did bears and with the clans. Okay? I mean, I started that forever ago, never continued it. I might one day if I'm bored or something, but I don't plan on ever getting it published. But yeah. Another question from Robin because she is awesome. Go subscribe. Uh, here's one I just thought of. What Hogwarts house would your characters be in? The characters from my books? Good question. I love this question. Thank you, Robin. Well, I have like 3 series, so um, I'll just go through all 3 series to market my books. So please check out my books on Amazon under Johara Harper. But my Jasmine Press series. Let's see. Jasmine would be. This is gonna be harder than I thought. Because I feel like with so many characters, even in Harry Potter, you could say they go to both houses, but then you have to try to figure out which house they are more of. Like Jasmine, she could go with Hufflepuff or Gryffindor, and it's hard because she's extremely kind and loyal, but then she's extremely brave. Actually at first I was gonna say Hufflepuff, but I think I'm gonna go with Gryffindor for Jasmine just because she constantly is willing to sacrifice herself and she's very brave against Lilac and to do what needs to be done to save her kingdom and the realm. And I'm gonna go with Gryffindor. And then her love interest Jax, I'm gonna go with Gryffindor. And then Jenny, her best friend, well, one of her best friends. I think I'll go with Gryffindor too. And then with Ben, um, Ben, I'm gonna go with Hufflepuff. No, Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw, because he's like really, really smart, but he's also really, really kind and loyal. That one's more of a toss up. I have no idea. It's either Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw. Like he's extremely kind, but he's also extremely smart and clever. So that one's a tough one. And then Lilac and Lucas, who are the villains, will both go in Slytherin. Um, then the Curse is Light, Skylar, Hufflepuff, no doubt. Um, No, no, I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm wrong. See, this is hard. Ravenclaw, because I made a big deal about her being this huge genius. She would be Ravenclaw. And you actually see it a little bit more in The Witch of Light than The Curse of Light, but of her brain working and trying to come up with clever ideas to get out of a situation. So yeah, and then there's her love interest Will. I say Gryffindor. Then there's Andrea, Hufflepuff. Althea, Gryffindor. Then see, James and Sydney are Slytherin. I think that's everyone. Oh, that's not everyone. Lucas, Gryffindor. David, Gryffindor. Okay. Then there's the Realm of Monsters. Callista, who's the main character, and probably the only main character I'll ever have that I'll actually put in Slytherin because I love Callista, but she's something. She's a morally great MC, my first ever morally great MC. Um, and then Roxanne, Hufflepuff. Um, Isabella, Gryffindor. Jeremy, Ravenclaw. Uh, Henry, Ravenclaw. And then Eric, Hufflepuff, and then Caleb, Slytherin. Okay, so yeah, that was fun to go through all my characters and decide what house they would be. That's a lot harder than it probably should be. um, now I have several questions from Lucy, who is one of my best online friends, like Robin, and so thank you, Lucy, for all the questions. Are you interested in trying to read or write any other genres? No. Fantasy is really where it's at for me. I love fantasy, and it's the only one I'm truly passionate about. And as you know, since that's pretty much 99% of what I read, so yeah, um, fantasy is the only genre I care enough about to write. I love magic. What books do you want to read next year? Do you have any reading goals or challenges? Okay? What will your Goodreads goal be? Okay, what books do you want to read next year? Well, I want to finally finish Twisted Tales. I'm almost done. I think there's three more that I want to read, but I won't be finishing them this year for sure. Even the one I did have started, which is on birthday, which I've been having on my TBR for like several months, and I am very excited for it. It just keeps getting pushed back because life and things. So I will get to it. Um, and I have the Little Mermaid one, and then the Sleeping Beauty one. So and I want to finish all the Percy Jackson books. There's a lot. Um, and yeah, so I mean, I do plan to finish Heroes of Olympus this month. I have one more book left, The Blood of Olympus, and I definitely can get it done, especially since I've been finishing most of the books within a couple days. Um, those are the only ones I know of for sure that I want, that I plan to finish or read next year. I would like to finish my charm books. There's several of those, and I've only read like 11 of them. So yeah. Um, and then do you have any reading goals or challenges? I don't think I have any reading goals, but I do want to, for writing goals, I want to finish the sequel to The Realm of Monsters, which is The Vampire's Creation, and publish that, and then work on the third book of the trilogy and publish that. And that's called The Ruining, I think I have the title for it. So yeah, I want that trilogy to be done next year. So, and maybe start on the prequel trilogy because I have so many ideas for this. um, uh, So what books do you want? So what will your Goodreads goal be? Um, I wasn't entirely sure, and so because of how things were going at the second half of this year, things have just been a mess and awful, and yeah, so I um end up lowering my reading goal because I wasn't reading as much to get to 100. Last couple of years I've been setting it up as 100, but always had to lower it because I can't get to 100 because my reading just hasn't been up there, I guess, these last couple of years. But now I set it to 75, I think, and I passed it at the beginning of this month, and now I am almost at 100. And that was at the beginning of this month. I was like, I'm reading a lot this month. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to set it to 100 and see how that goes. Um, see if I can. Wish me luck. Um, will you be running the Monster High Readathon again or any others? Yes. Robin, Claire, and I will be hosting. We plan to host the Monster High Readathon every year, as far as I know. We love hosting it. We're all huge Monster High fans, and we love reading, so why not combine the two? And we had a lot of fun with the last couple of years, and I know we're gonna have fun next year's as well. So yeah. What writing projects do you hope to publish next year? Oh, I already talked about that, my writing goals. So yeah, I hope to publish The Vampire's Creation and The Ruining, and I don't know if I'll be publishing anymore. I would like to finally get the sequel series to Crystal Light done, but I don't know. It depends on how life goes. I mean, I haven't actually been writing nearly as much as I usually do. Anyone who knows me, I know Robin likes to talk about how much I write, because apparently I write a lot. I mean, I do have like 7 published books, and I started publishing when I was 20, and now I'm 23. So there is that. Um, and I do write a lot. I write at least every other day, if not every day, most of the time, unless I'm like sick or something. But but things just haven't been okay over here, and writing just, I just needed a break from a lot of things. So um I so yeah, but um I do definitely want to get the Realm Monster trilogy done, and then maybe get some of the sequel series for the Crystal Light done, which will also be a duology. It's called The Vicious Militants. I shall see, because I would like to get that done. Um, for anyone who has read the Crystal Light, then you can read the sequel series. It's about one of the side characters, Andrea, and I think she will become a fan favorite because when I was writing The Witch of Lights, I fell in love with her character, and I was like, she deserves her own series. So that's why I gave her her own series. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping. But I'm also trying not to stress myself. Like I have this tendency of, I don't stress myself to read that much. I mean, if I go too long without reading, then I will. But with writing, I feel like I should be writing at least every other day. Like seriously, I have that issues. Like I feel like I always need to be writing because I have all these series I want to do, and it's like so little time to get them all done. So yeah, but I'm trying. that's the goal for next year, to not stress myself so much on getting writing done, because sometimes I need a break, and I feel like I am a little burnt out with everything that's been going on, and that's why I am letting myself take a break from writing right now. But at the start of the new year, I do want to get a lot of writing done again. Maybe not like as much as I usually do, but like ease myself back into writing a little bit. That would be nice. Um, so yeah. What did you learn this year about writing? It's okay not to write every day. Like seriously, that is what I learned. It is okay not to write every day. Um, because I do have this issue where because I do love writing. Like it is my biggest passion in life, even more so than Harry Potter or Bears or Seekers. Like writing is my biggest passion in the entire world. I love it. I love the idea of creating these worlds, these magics, these worlds, these I said worlds twice, didn't I? These characters, these relationships, not just romantic, but friendships, and um, I just love it, and I love everything about it. And yeah, there are some things that can make you want to pull your hair out, but that goes for everything, right? There's good and bad for everything. But I absolutely just love writing and the thrill of it and the everything. So it feels weird not to be writing, but I have learned that it's okay to take a break, especially when you are burnt out, especially when there is so much going on in your life. And it's okay to just take a step back, breathe, and then come back to it. So that is what I'm trying to do. Um, Favorite fantasy creature? Probably dragons. I do love dragons. I have a dragon in my Jasmine Press series. She's not introduced until book 2, I don't think, though. I think it's book 2. It might actually be book 1. Or book, not book 1, book 3. I don't know, but she's introduced at some point. um, but there's so many fantasy creatures, and I love so many. It's hard to choose. Favorite companion. Companion. What do you mean by companion? Like sidekick? Favorite book sidekick, I guess. Um, huh. I mean, Hedwig is great. I don't know how many fantasy books I read with a sidekick, but there's Hedwig. He's a companion, so I'm gonna go with Hedwig. Um, what's a book you read that you'd like to be? Oh wait, I skipped. I got. Okay, which trope you're not too fond of was actually executed really well? Do I have one? Um, I said I hate the love triangle. I can't really think of an example of that. Oh, well, actually, yes, there is an example of a love triangle that isn't that bad. I mean, not compared to a lot of others, and it's the only one I'm tolerable for. But it's not in a book. It's in a TV show, The Legend of Korra, which is a spin-off to Avatar: Last Airbender. The love triangle with Korra, Mako, and Asami. And I feel like there's a couple reasons why I'm more tolerable for that one, which is because even though Korra and Asami both have feelings for Mako, they were still friends, and I mean, Korra had issues with Asami when they first met because she liked Mako, but after she got to know her and she realized how awesome she is, they both like just got so they got so well, they were just so close, and they so and there was even a scene when Asami started realizing Mako's feelings for Korra, and she was like, I like Korra. Because they never held it against each other about the fact that they both like the same boy, which a lot of love triangles do. Like, there's always all that fighting over the two people that want the third person. And then there's also the fact that in the end, neither end up with Mako, and Korra and Asami end up together, which I love. So, twist! I loved it. It wasn't that much of a twist though. If you pay attention from season 3 and 4, you could definitely tell the romantic feelings coming between the two of you. Like it became obvious. Let's be real. Uh, but yeah, that's the only love triangle I can think of that I don't absolutely hate. I still wouldn't say I love it the storyline, but I don't hate it. So you know. But that's the only one I can think of because I can't think of a trope that I don't know. When people ask for a trope I don't like, the first thing that always comes to my mind is love triangles. Like, what's another trope I don't like? I have no idea. um, so moving on. Your favorite way to read: hardback, published book, MMPD, Kindle, or audio? Um, hardback, paperback, uh, hardback and paperback. Yeah. I love reading. I prefer physical. Um, but I have gotten into audiobooks. It has helped me with everything going on this these last several months, and I don't actually hate audiobooks anymore, but I'm still not a huge fan of Kindle because I mean it's all right. I'll read it if I want a book and it's there, but that's not my go-to definitely. Um, but hardback and paperback definitely because I do my favorite version of reading will always be physical. Favorite author you discovered this year? I don't know. Like, I very rarely read more than one book from an author. Like, I'm not even kidding. Um, Rick Warden, because I am loving the Percy Jackson books. So I'm gonna go for Rick Warden. Um, favorite style of book cover. Favorite book cover? I don't know. Like I mentioned earlier in the video that I just don't pay attention to book covers half the time. I have no idea what my favorite book cover would be. Like I don't even know. There's just so many. Um, what's a book you read? Okay, I'll go with Secrets just because there's bears on the cover. So I have an answer for it. Yay. What's a book you read that you'd like to be a side character in? A side character. What's a book you read that you like to be a side character? That's quite a good question. Um, huh. Percy Jackson. I was gonna go with Harry Potter. I was like, I already answered Harry Potter for a couple times, so I'm gonna go with Percy Jackson. Um, because it'll be fun to be a demigod, and it'll be fun to hang out at Camp Half Blood, and yeah, so let's do it. I'd love to be Nico's best friend. I love Nico. He's not my favorite character, but he's probably in my top five, honestly. See. Who is your favorite character to read, and who is your favorite character to write? Good question. Favorite character to read is hard because I love so many series. Um, hmm. I'll go with one character from my top five favorite books to make it easier on me to choose. So Harry Potter, it's Ron Weasley because I love Ron and he deserves all the love in the world. And Seekers would be Kalik. She is my favorite character. I always get very excited when I get to her chapters. Um, then there's Multi Girlfriend for Shell. She's my favorite out of the main characters. Um, and then in Six Crows would be it's a tie. Inesh and Jesper. And I'm also a huge fan of Wyland. So yeah, that one's a little harder to pinpoint. But and then Percy Jackson, Annabeth, and Nico. Actually, Nico might be my second favorite character, honestly. Well, second or third, because then there's Grover that I really like. But I also really like Percy. Like I said, that's hard. But he'd definitely be my top five. Here's from Tabby, T.M. Cole, who wrote the Warriors Free series, who does my writing spreads with me. One of the girls who does do them with me. So thank you for the question. Do you write every day? If so, how did you build that habit? Well, like I was saying earlier, I did used to, except until I needed this break. At some point last month is when it happened. Um, and I did write. I wouldn't say every day, but most of the time it was usually every other day, unless I got like sick or something. Um, but I think I don't know how I got into the habit. Honestly, I've been writing for as long as I remember. I always loved to write, and especially once high school hit, I was writing. That's when I really started creating my own stories and from and I'm just really passionate about writing, and I think that's what got me to build that habit because I've always loved writing and creating these stories and these worlds, and I guess that's just made me want to write as often as possible. So yeah. Last question, yay! Because this video is turning out longer than I thought it would be. If you could be best friends with any character from any book, who would it be and why? That's a great question. Thank you. That's from Jessica from Lady Loves Series. You should definitely go subscribe to her as well because she's also amazing. Um, hmm, who would I want to be best friends with? I want to say Ron Weasley just because I love him so much. Um, he's amazing. Like he is extremely loyal and brave and kind, and yeah, he has his faults too, but every character does. And I just feel like he doesn't deserve half the hate he gets. Like he's the best person. He's so amazing. He's Harry's best friend. I would just love to be his best friend. Like he's amazing. I absolutely adore Ron. If you could not tell, he is my favorite character, and I absolutely love him. So yeah, um, I would love to be his best friend. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ron for that one. But yeah, there are my questions. I'm so happy I finally did this video. I'm finally feeling not sick anymore. I've been sick for like over a week, but today is the first day that I actually feel good and not like I am extremely sick or need to just lay down all day. And so I'm finally able to film good because I'm behind because I've been sick for over a week and I still need to do my haul for my birthday that just passed, and then Christmas is gonna be tomorrow, so might as well do my Christmas haul with my birthday haul. Cause I mean, at first I waited so long to do it because um at first I waited so long to do my haul because I was waiting for all my presents to get here because some had to be ordered and stuff. And then I got sick. And then I'm just gonna do it with my Christmas haul at this point. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Comment some of your answers for these questions. I love to know, and I'll talk to you guys next time. And definitely subscribe to the booktubers that I had mentioned in the video, who are awesome. Until next time.